Hello, front row ebony goddess. You're like a voluptuous pudding pop.
I feel as if you can sound like a cocktail of Gregory Peck, Patrick Stewart, and Charlton Heston. You could sway most masses of people. Just, you know,
that fabulous sting, the warmth that you bring. Whiskey.
Essentially. I don't know, I'd really like to hear, and I wish, you know, voices have gone to such waste. I'd love to hear Gregory Peck narrating his own self-written erotic novel. So he just comes in, wanders in, just... I don't think that's how Gregory Peck walks. I'm just guessing, but just walks up to the microphone.
Chapter 1 of My Denim Dungeon. I stared into the arctic blue windows of her face. She knew my mind's eye. I had to have her. I had to illuminate her forbidden shadow with my fleshlight. Deep within the confines of my denim dungeon stirred a penile prisoner.
Everybody's in the booth like... fucking F.
It's now or never, he proclaimed to his scrotal cellmates. Pressed against the fabric of his denim walls.
Gregory, don't walk, it's not good for the microphone.
He proclaimed, I am my master's member. And with him I shall dance across your triangle jamboree.
I think if you can, I think we could tell by now it's going to be a little creepy set, you know, like a little, things are going to get weird. And I try to mix observational humor with impersonations, but I don't know, I just love those three voices. I think the writers of, have any of you seen Charlton Heston and the 10 Commandments? It just comes down, you're all gonna
worship Jesus now. And I've got the stone taps to prove it.
If it had been a real Jewish person, like if Shmuel Muhlenberg had come waddling down in his robe, just, oh God! Hold on. Just listen to me, these tablets have some important moral guidelines. No one would have taken that movie or the Bible seriously. If you see just Shmuel standing after, you know, like, to the Red Sea. It's time for us to walk into a 40-year Mecca in the desert, so put the cream on. It's gonna be scorching. With that extra little ... But no, Charlton Heston came up, you know, just...
I'm going to lead you blindly for 40 years into a valley of scorched sand and blistering sunlight.
That sounds fantastic. And then they all died, and that's where anti-Semitism came from. It's in the Bible. I don't know, voices have changed and evolved over time, and even music. And do you guys remember that period in the mid-90s where you could understand about 40%? You know, like that song, "She drives me crazy, ooh, ooh, and we went nuts. For 18 years I thought it was I can't take, you cannot take the And you remember Meatloaf? Remember the song, I would do anything for love, run out into hell and back. Why does he always sound like he's perpetually on the brink of exploding? Some days it don't come easy, and some days it don't come hard. Some days it don't come at all, and these are the days that nobody really feels the way about love, just have a nap. Loaf. I love it when this guy comes. Listen to that laugh. I don't know. Someone called me a pussy 3 days ago, which is it's almost as, I hate the word pussy more than any like racial voluptuous pudding pop. But The word pussy, the term pussy, is synonymous with vagina. And it's a derogatory term meant to imply softness or weakness or frailty. Okay. The vagina is the war-torn hero of the genital republic. It bleeds for decades, it's pulverized by foreign objects, and then, as a reward, it spends hours pushing out a miniature human out of its little opening. How can we justify the phrase, be a man, be a vagina? I know it doesn't make sense. I wouldn't say that to my 5-year-old nephew, just be a vagina, Joey. But if men knew that every time they had sex, they ran the chance of planting a seed that in 9 months would grow into a genital wrecking ball that would turn their penis into an umbrella in a windstorm, we would be gay out of necessity and fear. It's a cocktail of laughter. Now we're awake. Oh yeah. God, I'm weird. I like you. God, you're adorable. Oh Jesus. I had one doll growing up, and it was an Elmo doll. And that creepy little red. Let's go out inside and play. Yay! I got it the same time that I saw Silence of the Lambs. And remember how Elmo, he does that little pose? It's exactly like Buffalo Bill. And it's the same reason why I don't make toys. It's just, I thought of a joke, and it's Tickle Me Elmo, but it's sort of Silence of the Elmo, so instead, let's go outside and play. It would be lines from Silence of the Lambs. So just, he puts the lotion in the basket. You rub it again, really nervous. A man from the Census Bureau once tried to challenge Elmo.